All right, so listen, we've all had enough of the negativity. I, for one, am tired of it. I have absolutely zero time for it whatsoever. Basically, just have way too much reading to do to just pay attention to anything that's not uplifting, motivating, inspiring, taking me someplace that I actually want to go. And so I've got these 10 books that'll just make you feel good. They'll put you in a good mood. They'll put you in a good headspace. They'll just fill your mind, like saturate your consciousness with just excellent, positive, uplifting thoughts. And, we all need that every so often. And none of these books really are all that challenging. I actually just kind of brought together some really simple reads that are not going to take you that long, not going to expend that much brain power reading these, but you will feel good after you finish them. And most of the time while you're reading the things. So, starting with an absolute classic, we've got The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. The main idea behind this one is that the past doesn't exist anymore. The future, like by definition, will never exist. Like it will never be the future. It's always going to be right now. Like that's the only time that will ever exist. Everything that you undertake, that you experience, that you think about or feel, it all is happening right now. The book is an extended meditation on that idea, and it's like I said, it's just an absolute classic, a runaway bestseller, like millions and millions and millions of copies sold. You've probably heard of it because like most people have. And funny story about this one: if you've been following me for a while, you may be getting tired of hearing me say this, but a long time ago, I started tracking the number of books that I read. 2014 was when I started counting, and I started with Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. So Prestупление и Наказание was number one, and number two was The Power of Now. So now I'm up at like 1,412 books as of a couple days ago, and I've been keeping track for what 10 plus years, 11 years. And yeah, this was book number two. Book number three was The 48 Laws of Power. So I'm all over the place, but hey, The Power of Now will make you feel incredible. And the rest of this list isn't necessarily in order, but I feel like this one, if I'm gonna make a number one, number two, number three, this would be very, very near the top. I'm not going to spend that much time on each book, but next up we've got Attitude is Your Superpower by Eduardo Clemente. What I like about this one is that it feels more like an intimate conversation between coworkers. Now, Eduardo, he was or is a bank executive in Africa, in Angola, if I remember correctly. And so it's kind of like he invited you into his office and is just offering you career advice. He didn't have to write a book. Like he's not doing it for the money. Like he makes a lot more probably as a bank manager or bank director than he ever would as an author. But like that's not his primary motivation. He just wants to be helpful with this book. And yeah, he succeeded. So Gratitude is Your Superpower. This next one is one of my favorite biographies of all time. This one is a biography of Mr. Rogers, the children's television personality. And this is one biography, man. I felt myself being changed by it, like as I was reading it. Like as the pages go by, I felt myself becoming a better person, basically, and just more, more tolerant, more kind, more open. Just it made me better in so many ways. And it's just like this guy's influence. And it's not just me, like millions and millions of children when he was hosting his television show every morning, like millions and millions of children got this positive role model, somebody who just cared so deeply about them, took them seriously, even though they were little. Like a lot of adults, when a kid is young, you're not being paid attention to by most adults. Like they kind of like, oh, you're just a kid. Like Mr. Rogers never saw people as just a kid. And you can feel that. His whole biography was just absolutely wonderful. And it'll just make you feel really, really good. And it might make you a better person too. Next, we've got a book that surprised me for how much I actually enjoyed it. I knew that I would like it, or I was pretty sure that I would like it. It's called Dying to Do Letterman by Steve Mason. And the brief backstory on this one is that he is a professional comedian, but he was in his mid 30s and he got diagnosed with this inoperable liver cancer, and it spread, not throughout his whole body, but it was spreading, and the doctors gave him about 5 years. He was already a professional comedian, but he had this dream of performing on David Letterman, and he just kind of for the last few years before the diagnosis, he was coasting. He was performing at clubs. I think he did some corporate stuff and some small shows here and there. I think he may have been on TV once or twice, but like nothing crazy. He wasn't pushing towards being on David Letterman, like really pursuing his dream, right? And then he had this awful diagnosis. The doctor said, "You will be dead in 5 years." And he like instead of just getting ready to die, what he did was he started living. and he just gave everything that he had to going after this dream of performing comedy on David Letterman. And he realized that someday is not a day on the calendar. You've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No someday. So if you have something that you really want to make happen, if there's something that you're dying to do, then like now is the only time. Like you have to do it now. And I'm not going to spoil the ending, whether or not he actually made it on the show, but it's man, it's such a good book, and it's not again like none of these books are hard to read. This one I ripped through it pretty quickly, and I really liked it. So you might like it too. Next one is a sales book by Stacy Hall, and it's called Selling from Your Comfort Zone. And this one again, like it's not like a positive thinking book, but I like where she's coming from and what she's about. Her thing is alignment marketing, which means like not trying to win over, like prospects or clients or anything like that, not trying to sort of beat them or like trick them into working with you, but realizing or kind of educating them about how you might be able to help and getting in alignment with the people that you seek to serve. So I really enjoyed this one. I finished this last year, I believe, and yeah, it was really good. It helped me a lot. Okay, so this one, Jason Wolber's The Power of a Positive Mindset. He is a really good friend of mine on Instagram, and he is just one of the most just positive people around. And like he brightens up my Instagram feed like every time I see him with just positive messages and just he's one of those people. He makes you feel good no matter who you are or how your day's going or anything like that. He's there with a positive message, even if he doesn't feel the best. Like it doesn't matter how he feels. He just wants to make you feel good. And so this book is like a 90-day plan for basically kind of again just saturating your consciousness, like filling your mind with good stuff. And yeah, I really like this one, which brings me to another positive thinking book. It's called Instant Positivity by another friend of mine, Kristen Butler. And this one is 365 Ways to Become 1% Better. She and I have been friends for a while too. And again, she's just one of those people that every time like one of her posts comes up on my feed, it's never anything like it doesn't matter how she's feeling or anything like that. You get a positive message from her every single time, and that's what this is. This is 365 positive messages, and yeah, we need as much positive messaging as we possibly can get. And here you've got 365. All right, so second last, we've got the Success Guidebook by Elizabeth Hamilton Guarino. Again, keeping with the positive thinking frame, and this one has more of a visualization focus to it. And Jack Canfield actually endorsed her and her work as just being worth reading. She's another solid source of positivity too. So here you go, the Success Guidebook. In book number 10, we've got Chill Out and Cheer Up by Grace Grossman. And again, like I don't know. A lot of these authors are friends of mine, and Grace is another person. She's just a wonderful human being, and her book covers everything from pressure, doubt, fear, and then moves into things like nature, connection, and solitude. And again, she's just one of those people that just makes you feel good. So this one's really good. Chill Out and Cheer Up by my friend Grace Grossman. All right, so as you can see, none of these are particularly challenging. Like there's not any sort of arduous reading program that I'm putting you through here when it comes to reading these books, but these are all books that'll just make you feel better for having read them. And I love books like that. Of course, these are not the only books like that. I read a lot of, I read widely, obviously. I mean, I moved from what? Crime and Punishment to Power of Now to 48 Laws of Power. So I'm all over the place. But all things being equal, I prefer to read stuff that's like taking me where I want to go and just makes me feel good and happy while I'm getting there. That's exactly what you'll get with these books. And again, like it's just I've got no time for just negative, stupid, silly shit. Like I'm doing stuff. I'm making big moves. I'd like to get my total audience size up past 300,000 followers across platforms by the end of the year. That's what I'm working on now, and I should be able to finish my 1,500th book before the end of the year. I'm pouring a bunch of money into paid ads to grow my newsletter and partnerships, and then I've got my whole content engine running. I've got my private business mastermind. Actually, that's the first link in the video description if you're an educational content creator that wants to get to at least $5,000 a month top line revenue. That's what I've been able to do, and inside that community, that's exactly what I cover. But really, between that and fitness stuff and just hanging out with like family and friends and going off and doing stuff, like I don't have time for just like anything that's not good. So anyway, that's what these books are. And if you want to build an unbreakable reading habit, watch this video right here. Thanks for watching this video, and happy reading.
I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'm I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating. Yeah.